What's up, everybody? This is Jose Gagnon, the Random Guy 75 here again today, and we are now doing episode 8 of season 4 of the Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries. This one is called Trucks, and it's also known as Rusty Helps Peter Sam, because we'll be introduced to another new character in this season, who is this little diesel called Rusty, who's gonna be the one that checks the lines of the whole entire railway. He'll be like the track inspection engine, pretty much. So I hope you're gonna enjoy, this episode. Get the greatness, have the happy times. You already know that things go on this channel, and we'll get the things rolling right away, as we're about to see here in a couple minutes. Yeah, man. Woo! Yeah.
Every day when the little engines work, the crisper is suddenly filled with a familiar noise. The lakes and mountains
and there's
are
Duke.
visitors, and Harold the helicopter flies the sky, making sure that no one is in trouble.
Like I said, after we did the last episode, talking about Duke, now Duke just makes cameos in the rest of the season 4 episodes, because they just choose not to talk about him in the show anymore for some odd reasons, and now he just makes cameos in the rest of the episodes. So he's still, doing his thing, being determined as usual, I'm guessing. And now we're gonna see here in a couple minutes, Harold is about to go and see the new engine I was telling you all about, Rusty, and he's about to meet him for the first time.
Present and correct. Time to return to base. Then Harold noticed something. A sturdy diesel was coming round the mountainside. Harold flew lower for a closer inspection. I'm Harold. Who are you? I'm Rusty, replied the diesel. Don't recall seeing you before. What brings you this way? The Fat Controller sent me to help the other engines, huffed Rusty. This was no time for a chat with a helicopter. Well done. Cheers and keep up the good work. Cheeky chopper, muttered Rusty. Not long now, encouraged the driver. We'll soon be at the top station. Peter, Sam and Sir Handel were glad to see Rusty. Even so, Sir Handel wouldn't stop grumbling. The trucks didn't like Sir Handel and wanted to play tricks.
And now this is the first time that we're seeing the little trucks that are on the Skarloey Railway. Like how smaller they are compared to the trucks that we see on, Sir Topham Hatt's railway. But they still got the crazy faces and stuff. And you can tell that they love, being messed up and causing crazy accidents as well, as we're about to see in a couple minutes in this episode, pretty soon. And now here you can see, how small these little narrow gauge engines are compared to the other bigger engines. Just look, see how big Gordon is compared to Sir Handel. It's just so funny. It's funny and crazy, man. Super duper funny. And super crazy. It's just funny seeing all the different sizes of the different trains in this show. It's just so funny and crazy.
No one understands our feelings, sympathized Gordon. Now, if you were ill, you couldn't shunt trucks, could you? Good idea, replied Sir Handel. I'll try him. He did so next morning. I don't feel well, he groaned. There wasn't time to examine him, so some of his trucks were coupled behind Peter Sam's coaches.
Faking an illness just because someone told you to do it. Oh, man. Now, later on, Sir Handel's going to get into super big trouble with Sir Topham Hatt, because when Sir Topham Hatt finds out that, Sir Handel is, pretending to be sick just because Gordon told him to. I'm sure Gordon's probably going to get, get a stern talking to as well for telling Sir Handel to, pretend to be sick as well. But since, Sir Handel's pretending to be sick, they're going to, have Peter Sam go to the quarry in his place. But there's going to be some craziness with those little trucks, as we're about to see here in a couple minutes.
Rusty promised to follow with the rest. Peter Sam didn't mind the extra work. He left his coaches at the station and trundled cheerfully on. Soon, they reached the quarry where the trucks were needed. Empty trucks at the bottom of the slope are hitched to a steel rope. Loaded ones at the top are hitched to another. By their weight, loaded trucks run down the steep slope, pulling the empty ones up. Peter Sam duly waited at the bottom of the slope for the loaded trucks. He never bumped trucks unless they misbehaved, but the loaded trucks couldn't see him properly. They thought he was Sir Handel. The chance for trickery had come. Faster! Faster, they yelled. No, no, wailed the empty trucks. It's Peter Sam. But it was no use. Hurrah, hurrah, roared the trucks. Peter Sam shut his eyes. Beep, beep, wailed Peter Sam. Rusty was working nearby and came to help clear up the mess. Boss, my buffers, exclaimed Rusty. Never mind, Peter Sam, we'll get you out. Peter Sam felt battered. His funnel was cracked and his boiler dented. Thank you, Rusty, he sighed and limped slowly home. I'm sorry about your accident, said Sir Handel. I always stand well back. Trucks don't like me. Why didn't you warn me? I didn't think. You never do. You can start thinking now while you're doing Peter Sam's work as well as your own. That'll teach you to pretend you are ill. Sir Handel did start thinking about Gordon.
So now he just got his stern talking to by Sir Topham Hatt. And now Peter Sam's basically out of action too, so there's only going to be 2 engines to run the line, just Sir Handel and Rusty. But the next time that we go over to the next episode in this season, we'll be introduced to another new character who's called Duncan. So, when Duncan arrives, they'll at least have 3 engines to work on the railway. That is also until, Skarloey comes back from being mended as well. So we'll be seeing what happens in the next episode. But we're going to finish this one up because it's almost finished. And it's all because Sir Handel just chose to take Gordon's advice and pretend to be sick. And he like he said, he wasn't thinking that, that there would be an accident. But, he should know that the trucks, love, causing problems since, they've probably caused problems for him a couple of times as well.
When the wreckage was cleared away, Rusty set off along the line.
Splendid to see you again, whizzed Harold. I'm completing my evening's lookabout.
Well done, replied Rusty. Keep up the good work. And the little diesel purred back.
So that was episode 8 of the Thomas the Train Season 4, Everything Wrong with Commentaries. So join us tomorrow where I'll be making a video of me playing my Yoshi game on my Switch. I'll be doing a gameplay video of that tomorrow. And then also join us for next Friday where I'll be continuing on doing episodes 9 and 10 of the Season 4 Everything Wrong with Thomas the Train commentaries. Get the greatness, have the happy times, and we will see you all tomorrow for my Yoshi video gameplay. Yeah, man. You already know that things go on here, man. Keep the things rolling every time, every day, every month. Yeah, man. Woo!